go. Woo!
Hello and welcome, lacrosse fans from around the world. We are here live at LC Radotín here in the beautiful Czech Republic for the European Box Cross Championships 2026. I am your host, Garrett Gosshorn, and I'm joined with
Luke Lee,
the one and only If you were here with us earlier today in Radotín, we saw a good matchup between Ireland and Finland here. This is the very first Women's European Box Cross Championships ever to be played, and not only that, this is the first ever meeting internationally in the box round between England and Israel. So we have got a great matchup here today. Both teams are 2-0. Luke, what do you got for us on this matchup? You've called more of their games, so you do have more of this color depth and breadth. Talk to me about this matchup as I'll run the play-by-play for all the viewers here at home and far away.
Well, the name of the game here is going to have to start this Israel offense versus this England defense. Starting out with Israel, we have Shira Perauer. She has 6 goals through 2 games, back-to-back games with a hat trick for her. And then on top of that, you have Hannah Hilkoff, who yesterday had a hat trick all in the first half, had an assist as well. She's got a nasty step-down shot, so we're going to have to watch out for her. And then for England, obviously, the whole defense as a whole, I want to bring that unit up. They were excellent, forced the second half shutout and shut out Finland in their first game. And then specifically, I want to look at the girl taking the face-off right now, number 73, Davina Emitulu. She's a shutdown defensive player, and I think that she's going to have a very high impact today for England.
Absolutely. So the first draw was won, but a turnover in the back over the midline. So the first offensive possession, if they can get some passes around the way. Wow, Catton with a huge body check. Just sending Rosenberg, the assistant captain for Israel, flying. Karma Kabani. She's going to take that shot. First of the game, that time saved by Ava Pinch of Israel. She comes in with 49 saves, a 91% save rate with 5 goals allowed. Now a transition look here. Brooke Frischman passes it off, shot, faked it, but that was stripped by Zara Russell and then goes into the crease. So first good look for Israel. Better defensive play, as you highlighted. Team England, their defense is quite stout. They've only let in 5 goals during this tournament. They blanked Finland 26-0. They had a come-from-behind win in OT yesterday over Germany, 6-5. So fantastic play out of the English women. Both teams not really having a 5-on-5 title chance, but right now, coming to the doorstep, shot hits Mayers, who is fantastic in net for England. She's only let 1 goal past her. She's got a 97% save rate.
That was Perauer. I mentioned her early before the pregame, how athletic she is and her ability to move in space. Wasn't able to dunk that one in there, but she is so dangerous. Gonna have to watch out for her today.
Hand switch on the doorstep once again. Hand save by Mayers. And the Israel attack, they get the reset, facing some pressure there by Lamplu, who comes in with a couple goals herself in the game. On the doorstep, shot taken, low rip, gets turned away. That shot taken by Samantha Fisher. Now Israel, nice face dodge shot. Once again saved. Mayers off to the races. That time saved off the shot from Samantha Smith, and now Lamplu gonna have to run. Goes bench side, and then luckily for her has Fran Partial on the opposite side. And now England, after a really quality possession there by Israel, will get the chance to take the lead. 12:40 in the first. Shot taken, deflected that time by Delaney Benson, who is looking for her first goal of the tournament. She said she wants it. Shot taken by Catton from way downtown. Hits off the post. Doesn't really look, Tors Anderson, who's the leading scorer for England, didn't really look like she knew that was a reset. She was very leisurely, but doesn't matter. She came away with it. She had pursuit from the assistant captain, Rachel Rosenberg, and now the reset shot clock. England's got 15 to shoot. They swing it across Anderson. Delayed penalty. Shot taken. Saved by Pinch. Loose ball picked up. Catton comes in with 3 goals in the tournament. And that delayed penalty. Now Mayers had ran off to the bench to get a 6th attacker. First penalty of the game. Gonna go against the captain, Sarah Udding. So first power play of the game going to England.
England had 2 goals off of power play yesterday, and that'll definitely come down to it. That their offense definitely had a little bit of a late start.
Beeman starting on the offensive with the ball. Gonna try to cut the middle. Taking that shot right into the stick of Pinch. Ellie Rackle comes in with 5 goals in the tournament. Has played outstanding thus far. Now the Israeli penalty kill unit being led right now by Mackenzie Cowitz. She's gonna toss that into the corner. Good loose ball pickup. They might just get a shot off, and they do, and they bury on the short-handed goal and staying down a little bit, but what an incredible effort that time by Julia Rowland to get Israel that first lead of the game.
Rowland's such a great athlete. Her ability to move in space right there, made a couple different moves on that shot. As you can see, created just enough of a shot angle to get that one off, and that was tight coverage right there by Zara Russell. She was there step for step, but just reacting a little bit too late, and then really short, tight shot angle from there, but able to knock it in there. And it's always tough when you're able to get a shot directly in front of the goalie, but good start for Israel.
What a beautiful far side bouncer, and there was a penalty. Oh, it was concurrent penalties, excuse me. So we are playing 4-on-4 lacrosse, not a power play. So did not see the England player going into the box. So forgive me on that one. So not a shorthanded goal and not a power play opportunity yet in this game. So Israel with the 4-on-4 goal, evading the pressure, kind of getting tripped up, going to get a delayed penalty here. So yes, there will be a power play opportunity as Rosie Jones, the captain for England, helped out with the clear efforts. So now a 5-on-4. We'll have 4-on-3 lacrosse here. 3 seconds to shoot. Somebody's got to let it fly. Gets to the inside. Not enough time to let that one go.
The Israel defense did a great job of not letting anybody get behind them, keeping the ball right in front of them. And if they're almost like an impenetrable box right there. And they've shown that the first few games of this tournament and on display.
Now 4-on-3 lacrosse is going to be played for another 37 seconds. Laura Beeman starts with it at the top. The English attack, just serve and doorstep, tries to dive. That one hits off the body of Pinch. Now the loose ball gets picked up by Brooke Frischman. She's gonna face some forecheck pressure. What a hit by Tors Anderson. Frischman is still down. She is getting up though, but she is slow to get up, and wow, what a hit by Tors Anderson. She does it all.
And the offensive player in Anderson, you wouldn't expect that to have that in her, but I mean, she laid that hit down perfectly, timed it the right way, put it in the right spot. And I mean, we talked about how physical Israel has been their first couple of games, but England laying down the boom.
Absolutely. Speaking with both benches before the game, England mentioned that this is their first meeting, so they want to just kind of feel each other out, but they feel very calm in their game plan and how they have put together 2 great wins at this tournament. Now the penalty kill for Israel. Now we're on 5-on-4 lacrosse as the original concurrent penalties release, shot clock violation. What wonderful effort there by Abigail Smith of Israel. We are going to have the first hydration break of the day. Garrett Gosshorn joined with Luke Lee here at the EBLC 2026. Be back in just a moment. Coming back live out of the hydration break, Garrett Gosford and Luke Lee at the European Box Cross Championships 2026. Israel in the beautiful blue kits versus England in the white, primarily with the red. They are on the power play, 1:02 remaining in it. Beeman at the top is going to lose that pass. Israel going to pick this ball up quite quickly. Is Racheli Levy-Smith. She's going to try to, she thinks about it, tries to put that near side as she rolls. She was on the wrong side, and it does not have quite the angle to create a good opportunity for herself to beat Mayers, who has now let in only 2 goals in this tournament. Still quite fantastic, has split some time with Kayla Martin. Inside roll attempt, loose ball, jumper right into the stick of Mayers. This time it's gonna get picked up by Gabby Lucas, who's gonna need some help on the clear. Israeli forecheck has been prominent thus far. Parcel gonna throw that, had debated throwing that to Tors Anderson, the leading scorer for England, thought better, but the stick continued the thought and throws that into no woman's land. 10-second advancement penalty, or violation, excuse me. Tors Anderson gets off to the races, and there is a too many players penalty against Israel. So for 3 seconds, it'll be 5-on-3, but for all intents and purposes, England 0 for 1 on the power play thus far.
Big opportunity now for the Brits to tie this game up. Like, they had a couple of power play goals earlier, I was mentioning it earlier. And just considering how slow of a start their offense had yesterday, hope is that, you know, you can take advantage of some of these opportunities early and put yourself in a better spot.
Absolutely. Martin gets the pick. Swings it across, shot taken to the near side, saved by pinch ball, picked up by Ford. Tors spins away from it. Has Catton at the top. Does she use her? No, she doesn't. Loose ball bounces off the back wall. 18 to shoot, getting some fierce pressure there is Martin. Trying to get it back to Anderson. Somehow it finds the back of the stick of Anderson. Anderson gets herself to the middle. Shot taken, goes wide. This time off the wall. Now going to get picked up. Forecheck pressure. Going to throw Delaney Benson into the crease. Quick turnover. 1:14 remains in the power. No substitutions to be had by the Israeli penalty kill team. A substitution happening for the English power play. Martin gets the Catton to Anderson. He might have a cutting Beeman. Shot taken, goes for the near side again as Anderson. Anderson, such great handles, but steps into the crease. Looks incredulously at the stripes, but wisely trots right off the floor, so the power play unit still with 57 seconds left could have some pressure there.
Already a shorthanded goal for Israel as well.
No, it was concurrent. It was concurrent. It was 4-on-4 lacrosse. But less players regardless. But that's our only one thus far. Now on the penalty kill. Samantha Smith surveys, tries to face dodge and just rip that one. Goes far side of the net, and now to the races, Gabby Lucas. He's gonna face some pressure. Brooke Frischman, a child of Olympic athletes, I'm told. And you can see the athleticism on display, but not there by Laura Beeman as she trips and falls looking to catch that pass. And now Israeli ball with 8 seconds left to kill in the penalty. So 0 for 2 England on the power play thus far. Rolling, shot taken, goal! Racheli Levy-Smith gets her first in this one.
And what a beautiful barreling move by Racheli Levy-Smith. That is absolutely gorgeous. Call it poetry in motion. 2-0 Israel. I mean, you take a look. She comes from the far side shooter, has to go through 2 defenders, and just able to create enough space from right there. I mean, that is really, really strong defense by Andrea Lampola of England. But Racheli Levy-Smith just able to create just enough of an angle off the spin and creating that shot opportunity for Israel.
Emma Tulu with the face-off violation. Israel comes out of the box, so that was a short-handed goal for Israel, and now we are back to 5 women aside, looking for the inside feed, can't find the entry pass. Gersh, she takes it with some fierce pressure.
Annabelle Gersh, she's a amazing face-off woman. She's done a great job the first couple of games.
Shot taken, that time saved, but the rebound picked up. Speaking of, Gersh buries past Mayers, and Mayers having a rough first quarter thus far.
And Annabelle Gersh using the size, and look at her going through multiple defenders, picking it up right at the right second, and just knocking that one in, a dunk down. I mean, that is a great way to keep the head up. I mean, sometimes when you lose the ball, you tend to look a little bit down just trying to get that ball. Not only does she scoop it up, and then has the heads-up IQ to get that one off.
And she trots right out to the face-off stripe to help win this draw. Now all alone, shot fake, saved by Myers. Samantha Fisher looking for her first goal of the game. Can't bury past Mayers. And now the long outlet pass to Jones, the captain. Gonna face a little bit of pressure here. Now needing to run to the corner. Lauren Lewis, the lacrosse content queen. Ends up in a turnover for England. Rosenberg gonna roll out. And Israel will get their women out on the attack. Julia Rowland, who had the first goal in this game, facing some heat from the English defense, who is quite stout, but the Israeli defense looking quite strong as well today here. Early in Radotín. To the doorstep, goes over the net, off the wall, picks it up, shovel shot with low time in the shot clock. Great secondary attempt, as we just saw. Secondary attempts will go.
It was a strong defensive possession by England, a great job to swarm the ball.
And now we're going to enter a TV timeout. Garrett Gosser will join with Luke Lee. We'll be right back after the break.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
Coming back out of the commercial break, Garrett Gosshorn joined with the one and only Luke Lee here at EBLC 2026. The women's side of this tournament, the historic first ever, and that's going to be a turnover for England. And we are going to get a timeout.
Usually they would point.
I'm not quite sure. Let me yell down real quick. Is this TV or a timeout? Timeout. Ah, I thought we just did that. Ah. Why'd you? A bit of a mishap here. We just ran the commercial break, but it was a timeout. So this is not a timeout. This is the media break, but we just did it. So we're keeping things interesting here in Radotín. You can never let them know your next move, Luke.
That you can. You can't be too predictable or people start to get a little bit bored, and we can't have that, can we?
Absolutely not. So we'll return to action here in just a second. I don't know. I don't think it got picked up in the feedback from Luke's mic. I turned mine off to yell down to the referees. One of my favorites, Keith Gagne. I said, hey, what are we doing? He said, media break. So very helpful. Got a shout out to all of our officials. As I have mentioned on previous calls, there are 35 in this tournament, 13 from North America, 22 from Europe, 8 women representing the black and white. Matulu, a stout defender herself in hot pursuit. Now on the doorstep, wrong side, tries to dive. Mayers puts it away, rebound, second chance opportunity. Samantha Fisher gets her first of the tournament, or of the day, her third of the tournament. And once again, the rebound second chances will go.
And again, this is why as a coach you preach second chance, second chance, second chance, because you never know when a goal is able to make a nice play, but then you're sitting right there in front of the goal step and you're able to just dunk it in there. That's a diving play. That was a nice dive. Just able to knock it in last second, though, was Samantha Fisher. And like I said, I mean, that's why you have to keep the head up. You always have to be aware of what's going on, because that's the difference between, another goal error, England taking it back and potentially setting up something on offense for themselves.
So speaking with the Israeli bench before the game, they said they're not nervous at all. They said they are ready to play their game. And right now, a 4-0 lead, which as we've seen in this tournament, is not safe in the slightest. Quick pickup there, Hilkoff.
And the similar thing compared to what's happening now versus what happened yesterday was that it was a strong defensive start for both teams and a few goals snowballed.
Hilkoff takes that shot. Go ahead, Luke.
I was going to say, a few goals in a row, 4 in the span of 8 minutes would snowball for England. They didn't give up a goal for the rest of the game. So you want to watch out to see if they start giving up points in bunches or what they end up doing down the stretch.
On the doorstep, big hit, delivered that time by Zara Russell, dislodges the ball on the attempt through the middle. Door closes, Hilkoff takes a sidearm shot that goes off the stick of Mayers. Pinch is going to trot out of the crease. Give a nice leisurely toss to Fisher, and Israel with the reset shot clock, 23 to shoot in this possession.
That's why ground balls are so important in this league, is that you're able to reset the clock at any point.
Shot taken, goes off the wall. Big pickup and a big hit delivered by Gabby Lucas. But off the wall, there's a bit of confusion. Laura Wright rolls out of pressure. Has 1 goal in this tournament, wants to make it 2. Cabani over to the side. Catton, who's got a wicked fast shot, and she snipes it. Speed and accuracy come together this time for Leah Catton as she delivers the first goal for England. 1-4, trailing Israel.
And you just cannot give her space like that on that step down shot. I mean, just a couple throws. She steps just beyond the white line. I mean, that is a, 20-yard shot right there? I mean, that is huge. Massive difference. And then she put that one right in the top pipe. I mean, that's an absolutely beautiful goal, and just able to beat Ava Pinch.
Doesn't matter how far away it is, that is Leah Catton range. They talk about it Steph Curry range. Let's rename it. Let's rename it. She gets England on the board first. Loose ball. Gonna get picked up by the English defense. Lamplugh gonna run across the midline. She's got some help there from Laura Wright, who will also leave the floor. Lauren Lewis delivers it over to Tors Anderson. Gets the pick for Anderson. Anderson shoots, she buries! 2 quick goals back-to-back off the pick assist from Lewis. Tors Anderson has 7 in the tournament, now 8 with the first of her scoring total today.
Like I said, Lauren Lewis, an absolutely crucial pick right there. You can see it just creates just enough space for Tors Anderson to step down, and again, you just cannot give offensive shooters like Tors Anderson enough space. Oh, that is a beauty. Again, going towards that right pipe, and it just sneaks past Ava Pinch.
Yeah, you can't give a great shooter that much space, and you could even say that to Ava Pinch, and she might even argue with you there was really nothing there. Just an incredible shot by the assistant captain, Tors Anderson. Now, England, they're back on the attack. 2 Israel defenders swarming. Catton from Catton range takes a shot. That time can't find it past Pinch. Loose ball picked up. Anderson, I thought she might roll. She rolls twice. I thought she was going to shoot after one of them. Wisely pulls it out to get the rest of her women out on the floor. Now we've got an illegal substitution against England. And so we are going to see the first Israel power play of the game.
Already 4 goals already. They've been so dangerous on offense, and now another chance for them to extend their lead is you gotta Kind of wonder what they're going to put out here to try to take advantage of this woman up advantage.
I mean, they've looked great thus far. They have 4 different goal scorers, so a balanced affair thus far. At the top, tries to go behind, dunk attempt, can't get it to go, and Mayers gives Samantha Fisher a little hey, how are ya after the dunk attempt. Mayers are looking for more. And Matulu shoving some bodies, good kick. Maybe a nod to the English football squad here at the World Cup as that goes on. And Partial gets, not the partial clear, but the full clear. Lauren Lewis gonna have to run away from the pressure. They get it over to Bryn Martin. Martin getting swarmed as well. Israel penalty kill, or power play unit, not wanting to let the English penalty kill get out of here unscathed. 3 to shoot towards Anderson. Gonna let it fly. Goes right into the body of Alma Shabatov.
Productive, short-handed offensive possession for England, even if it ended up resulting in just a far-out shot, taking away as much time off the clock as you physically can. Don't want to give Israel any ample opportunities.
And there's one right there, but it's put away by Mayers, and it almost trickled past her on the bounce, and she quickly pounces on that one, and she's got right for the clear.
That was Shira Prower again showing the athleticism, just not able to dunk it in there.
Leah Catton gets to the middle but loses the ball through the pressure, steps into the crease. It's gonna stay, it's gonna return back to Israel ball. Sarah Udding now. She's got 14, 13 in the power play. Less in the game clock, shot taken by Fisher. Loose ball, diving attempt off the rebound, picked up, but in the crease. Little slash given there by Julia Rowland, a little hey, how are ya? And that's gonna do it for an exciting first quarter as slated. Garrett Gossamer joined by Luke Lee on the call. Be right back after the quarter break. This is the European Box Cross Championships 2026, EBLC2026.com or on Instagram, EBLC2026. Be right back after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get underway at the second quarter here. Israel leading England 4-2. Israel will have 6 more seconds remaining on their first power play opportunity. If Gersh can make something happen here quickly off the draw, they might be 1 for 1 when it's all said and done. If not, would be staring down the barrel of 0 for 1. And based on the two teams combined, 0 for 3 in the power play. I'm Garrett Gosser, and I'm joined with Luke Lee with some beautiful color, reminiscent of Bob Ross. And we've got a draw win by England. That time, Tilly Sedesso clears that for Laura Beeman. Lauren Lewis. Lewis and Beeman thinking about getting a pick from her, ignores it, whips it over to the righty strong side. Lewis takes a shot from downtown, deflected by Pinch, and now off to the races. The captain, Sarah Udding, drops the loose ball in the cradle. Taking that shot, got past Lewis, but not past Mayers. That shot was taken.
Strong play in transition for Israel, but unfortunately not able to put it back in. Still so dangerous. You can see how fast they are and how dangerous they can be in the open field when given the opportunity.
Absolutely. I was speaking to some other teams here at the tournament, and their commentary on the Israel women was they are fit. And you're seeing that today. Shot taken from way downtown by Samantha Smith, just goes right into the waiting stick of Mayers. Now Rossiter gets it to Tors Anderson. Anderson with a little hair flip of the ponytail. Probably gonna do something special here with a no big deal, but maybe a big deal almost delivered. Now with 4 seconds to shoot, Ford facing a ton of pressure. Anderson gonna just try to get that across. One timer taken too late. Pinch with the ball.
Shorting it.
Good forecheck pressure there by Catton. Now Catton gonna get off the floor. Trying to not get a too many women penalty. Tilly Sedesso having to wait a moment for Catton to get off. Gabby Lucas gonna get hit into the boards and lose the ball. Thought that she still had it with some support from Zara Russell. Now gonna pick that ball up is Mackenzie Cowitz. She's gonna clear the ball up to Rachel Rosen, the assistant captain. Asking for the pick is Julia Rowland. She wants to go, she switches hands. Interesting. Finds herself kind of all alone, but in the doorstep, in the goal there was Gabby Lucas. Emma Tulu blocked that shot. Loose ball picked up. Opportunity for Rachel Rosen, put away by Mayers. Now a long bomb pass. The goalies will find each other. Mayers to Pinch, not the connection she thought she wanted, but the one that she got. Smith passes this ball back down to Rosen. The Israeli attack finding their space. At the top of the key here is Smith, who's had some great opportunities and a goal in this one. Runs around the crease, shot taken, buried through the 5-hole past Mayers. What a heroic individual effort for Samantha Smith for her second of the game.
And Smith, what a way to work around the edge of the crease. That's an absolute, I mean, I've said it a couple times for a couple different goals, but absolute beauty. Watch her work around and just stay outside of the crease. Takes the punishment as she makes that shot, and to make that accurate shot as she's fading away, you can see that she's just able, based on her location, is able to draw Lucy Myers a little bit out to the right, and that creates that opening to the far left corner of the goal and ultimately allows her to make that fadeaway shot as she's wrapping around.
Absolutely, and a draw, transition opportunity shot saved by Pinch. That shot was taken by Georgie Rudder. Now the captain, Udding, with the clear assist from Pinch, now with Frischman. She's the granddaughter of an Olympian, excuse me, but her mom is a 7-time world champion diver, so regardless, the athleticism runs so deep. Maybe as deep as her mom's dives. Shot taken, kick saved by Mayers off the Isabella Duffy shot. Goes into the netting, and this will be a reset shot clock, retain Israel possession. Rowland, little jump hitch, some hand switch has got a slash, almost lost the ball, doesn't lose it, gets to her lefty strong side. Inside feed was looking for Mackenzie Cowitz. The entry pass unable to be successful for Israel. I keep saying that, my apologies. I know I didn't say it entirely. I almost did twice. It's hot here. It's probably about over 100 degrees now. It definitely feels like it up here in the booth, so thanks for bearing with us. Towards Anderson, inside feed for Lewis. Can't bury, puts it too wide. Rebound opportunity, trying to take a page from the Israeli notebook, but that goes off of pinch into the netting. Reset shot clock. Lewis looking for an entry pass, won't find it. Now Catton needing to exhibit some pressure here. Lewis doorstep, twister, bouncer off the back of pinch and into the back of the net. My goodness, what a play for Lauren Lewis.
And again, a great job from England to get the ball around, and eventually somebody gets open. There's been a couple times for both England and Israel where they've had cutters in front of the net and weren't just able to knock it in there, but Lauren Lewis just able to. I mean, Ava Pinch just a pinch too late. I know, I'm hilarious. Pinch too late over to the spot, and that was a huge goal for England to respond to Israel after the previous goal.
And England has a slight numbers advantage if they can maximize on this moment. They cannot. The door closes on the transition look, but the open look, oh, what a shot! Put away by Pinch. Found it in her shoulder. Udding, I thought a pretty clean hit, just the way that she came down, bobbled the footing. But this is going to start with Israel, but it will come backward. And 9:59 on the clock. Should have a hydration break here in just a second if they notice in the non-technical stoppage.
I'd say we need a hydration break up here.
Yeah, Pinch is walking off. Benches are yelling for it. Garrett Gosser and German with Luke Lee. European Box Cross Championships 2026. Be right back after the water break. Coming back out of the hydration break. We are in such good spirits up here in the booth. Garrett Gosser and Luke Lee, how we feeling about the first 5 minutes of Q2?
Feeling really good. I mean, had an exciting game on our hands. Obviously, Israel jumped out to the 4-0 lead, but since then it's been fairly even, and it's going to be exciting to see how this game keeps going.
Entry pass. They were looking for Hannah Hilkoff. They're going to send her to the box as she tried to deliver a stick check when the ball was in the stick of Mayers, which you cannot do. So the third power play of the game for the English attack. Now, Luke, they've been 0 for 2 thus far. Who do you think they're going to call the number of in this attempt?
Well, I think the fairly obvious answer has got to be Torres Anderson, right? He's quarterbacking this offense. But if I had to look for somebody else, I'd also have to look for Laura Beeman, who had an assist to send the game into overtime yesterday, as well as the game winner.
A big cross check to the head, deflected pass. We'll have 5-on-3 lacrosse here with a lot of time. 1:47 in the initial. Cross-checking penalty.
Too tough back-to-back penalties for Israel, and it's a little bit too aggressive.
Too aggressive, but also both sort of mental mistakes, right? Like,
right.
A cross-check too high is always going to be too high, and trying to hit the ball out of the goalkeeper's stick is quite literally never going to work out for you. Shot taken early in the shot clock. A towel from Beeman appearing out of nowhere, and the 5-on-3 opportunity not great thus far. Smith gets the pass over, back to Smith, shot, doorstep, the double short-handed goal. Wow! What, speaking of a mental lapse, English's defense falls apart. Abigail Smith gets her first of the game in dramatic fashion.
Well, see, this is why I'm a little bit jealous you got to call that call. I didn't get to call it, because that was an absolutely amazing play. I mean, to catch England lacking like that, I mean, and then the last second hesitation throw back to Smith, I mean, that is just some beautiful stuff there by Israel. And that's how you can tell they practice on this so many times, because that is just pure muscle memory. And an absolutely huge play for Israel. Once again, just showing off how good they are in space when they're given those opportunities.
Double short-handed goal there for Israel. Gonna really need to find an answer here if you are England. Shot taken, deflected. Wow, Israel looks incredible right now. Catton having to track down the loose ball, throws the body. Comes up by way of England. Tors Anderson has 4 to shoot. Gets it to the inside. Catton, doorstep put away by Finch. Gets a rebound off the post. The second chance opportunity. Struggling to pick that ball up is Cabani. She's going to whip it down to the far side. Was looking for Lewis. That's going to miss. Anderson going to send a cross check. Now picked up. Catton's on the doorstep. Can't get the entry pass through the defensive efforts of Fisher. Lewis with 23 to shoot. Plenty of room for the 2 shooters at the top. Tries to go 5-hole, pinches that one home. And the double short-handed opportunity is looking like an advantage for Israel, and they are going to take a timeout here. So we will be right back after the break. Garrett Gossler and Luke Lee. Follow along EBLC2026.com or on Instagram, EBLC2026. Be right back. Coming back out of the Israel timeout, 18 seconds left in the original penalty against Hilkoff. Off to the races is Parawer. She's got 6 goals in the tournament, has been quiet thus far today. Now on the penalty kill unit, we call this the rag squad, as you get beat up like an old dirty dish rag, as the team with more players tends to send a lot of pressure. Rossiter, 5-on-4 lacrosse for all of 2 seconds. Now Israel, we're back to 5 women aside here. Lewis on the cut, gonna get clamped up. Shovel pass for Catton. Catton, backside for Anderson. Now to the inside, shot taken, put away by Finch. Israel is fired up in this second quarter. They look outstanding right now as they have a 3-goal lead over England. And a bad pass across the entire floor. Lucky for England, stays with them. Anderson.
And Israel has been just so good on defense. You can just see they have their sticks all up in the passing lanes. Everybody's in the right spot. They're communicating. You can hear from up here. I mean, you can see it right there.
Another batted down entry pass. I do like the fact that England keeps trying to test the middle. That is a really good strategy, but at the same time, if your strategy continues to get shut away by the Israel defense. Body pass, controlled shot taken, saved by Mayers. Now the loose ball not able to be picked up. Gonna run away from some pressure herself is Lamplugh, and now Lamplugh gonna take the clear all by herself too to get it over. No problem there. Entry feed off. The substitution now needing to find that is Rudder. Gets taken to the turf. Catton's gonna pick this one up and start with it. Looking for a cut from the backside, doesn't get it from Amelia Ford. Surveying, gets to the inside, dodges, throws that into the net. And a long range pass from Pinch. It's gonna bounce off the wall. No problem controlling that one. A dive attempt, that goes off the post and in. Didn't actually finish out the dive, but wrapping around and the jumper puts it far post and in. Hannah Hilkoff got her first of the day in dramatic fashion.
And when I think of Hannah Hilkoff, I think of the step-down shot that she showed yesterday, but that ability to retrieve the ball deep on the clear, I mean, that was a tough catch to bring in. I mean, she had to stop a little bit to bring that one in. It bounced off, and then to wrap around the net like that, that is just, again, a supreme athleticism and ability to stay on your feet. Super high level of coordination. I know I would have fallen down if that were me.
Draw one by England, but a quick turnover. Just seems like the more composed, better fundamentally sound team right now is Israel. On the doorstep, Fisher gets stripped. Zara Russell.
Gorgeous trail check.
Luckily for her, she's got Gabby Lucas down range. Lucas tries to feed the backside and does, but not a great opportunity there for Bryn Martin, who luckily pulls that one out. Goes back across off the substitution to Catton. Catton face dodge. Goes for the backside look for Lewis, who could have had a toe drag. Gets clamped up by more Israel defense and trying to feed that backside with Catton. Catton takes that shot, but it is too late. Israel hanging on to the 4-goal advantage. And we have got the TV timeout. Garrett Gosshorn and Luke Lee will be right back after the break.
Pivo z rodinného pivovaru, kde řemeslo a tradice jdou ruku v ruce.
Coming back out of the media timeout, the final 4 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the first half. Garrett Gosshorn joined with Luke Lee on the call in what has been an exciting game thus far. But as you see on the scoreboard, and if you've been paying attention through the stream, Israeli domination in pretty much all facets. And I would say a lot of that tends to be just in the dirty work around the loose balls, the batted balls on defense, not just the goal scoring, but in all the other little aspects of the game. Needing to take a shot here, that goes off the chest pad of Meyer. D-stick there on the loose ball attempt. Getting stripped herself is right. Doorstep rolls away from it, was Rosen. She's got Cowitz. A streaking English substitution ends up in a cross check and shuts the door for an Abigail Smith. Run through the middle, 14 to shoot. Backside feed, shot taken, but that gets away from Hilkoff. Hilkoff maybe wants to go behind the net again, doesn't. Mayers has no idea where it is at all, and Julia Rowland says, check this out. and pumps the crowd up after her second goal of the game.
Like you said, Garrett, it goes back to what you were saying a second ago. Israel has just done more when it's come to the dirty work. Another second chance opportunity goal. This one to Julia Rowland, her second, who started us out here. And just one of those plays where if you're England, you have to get that. You cannot let that go away and let Julia Rowland just sit in front of the goal like she did. And then you could tell England just had no idea that ball was coming back their way.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate timing moment there. I watched it on the replay, wondering how Mayers had not seen that. But literally, as she turned her head from right to left off the back of the net, she wanted to make sure that was covered. As that happened, the pass found its way to Rowland. So Mayers had no idea where it was, and that's got to be something that comes off the communication of the English defense. Fisher now wrapping around, shoots that one into awaiting Mayers. And if you are Team England, you've got to find your spark. Israel playing top to bottom, an excellent game. England, a bit more of a patchwork game thus far. Bright moments, but nothing complete in the first half. Shot taken by Pinch. So a bit of an interesting strategic development. And Pinch and Mayers resume their game of catch from earlier. Maybe a third time, this time back-to-back. Catton bodies up the English defense. Twister take goes right into the body of Pinch. And unfortunately for Catton, that came after the whistle as it rolls into the goal. Catton sticks around to send some cross checks and some hey, how are yas. That time, the receiver, Alma Shabatov. Hilkoff not able to handle that pass. England's now got Lamplugh on the clear. They're looking for these substitutions. They should have 4 streakers, but 4 Israeli defenders already out there. 5th now on the floor. Lauren Lewis gonna get some hot pursuit there from Frischman. Hitch to the inside, shot taken. Oh, what a chance. Missing wide, Lewis tries to catch that one-handed, gets stripped by Udding. The captain, Udding, feeds the inside. Frischman buries it into the low lefty corner. Now wisely taking their time. They are in no rush, up 5. Now Smith gonna be faced by the English defense, takes that shot with low time in the shot clock off the shoulder and up, was guarded closely by Tilly Sedesso. They have a woman advantage as a substitution came off and on late for England. Shot taken. What a mental lapse. Samantha Smith, first hat trick of the game. She had nothing coming into this game. She's got the first hat trick between the two teams.
And like you said, it's a defensive lapse from England. It's a hot day. There's a lot of humidity. There's limited wind. I mean, we were walking down there. I remember when I was walking down there, I was like, oh my goodness, this is hot. I could not imagine playing in this heat. And I think it's just come down to the fact that Israel went up early, right? England had a nice little rally to bring it back within 2, and then since then it's been all Israel. And I think it's just kind of knocked the wind out of their sails.
Absolutely. And they came into the game saying they were quite calm in their plan and their strategy, but we are seeing far too calm of play. They have to take a significant amount of more pride. You have to stop forcing those entry passes to the middle when you're well guarded. That actually found the back of Cat and a body check. Levy Smith now getting bodied herself, had some friendly fire. The Canadian pass over, that's gonna be Benson not able. That was well over 10 seconds to advance. The English defense furious. Frischman on the doorstep, put away by Mayers. Shocking moment there as the great forecheck pressure there by England. Shot taken into the stick of Mayers.
Again, almost looked like that Cowitz was able to drop it in there.
Nobody was able to sub on for the long-range pass. I think Mayers, with short time, just wanted to get it the heck away from her, as it has not been friendly. 9-3 lead for Israel. Matulu Gonna run through a couple women herself, 3 to shoot. Might need to wrap around the goal, but loses it, and is gonna get body checked. But that will do it for the first half in what has been a dominant performance. Israel leading England, but as we saw in the men play just the other day, a big lead does not always mean you'll come out on top. So that will be the game plan for these women after the halftime break. Luke, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Pretty much exactly what you're saying. You have to just keep the foot on the gas if you're Israel, and if you're England, you have to make some pretty major adjustments here offensively. Like you said, try not to target the outside, or try not to target the inside too much. 2 of their 3 goals already came on long range outside shots. So you're going to have to switch it up on offense and then try to figure out something against these Israeli shooters in the second half. But other than that, not really much more you can say.
Absolutely. Stay tuned after the halftime break. Garrett Gosselin joined by Luke Lee at the European Box Cross Championships 2026 in beautiful Prague, Czech Republic at LCC Radotín.
Getting inside? Yeah. Still hot? No, it's English 29. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, 2:30. Let's go. Go.
Connor, are you walking that way?
Yeah, I'm kind of cross. Everybody knows where a second is. Everybody.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to get underway the second half of the first international meeting between Team Israel and Team England in the women's box lacrosse world. I'm Garrett Gosselin. I'm joined with Luke Lee here in Radotín in the Czech Republic. This is the European Box Cross Championships 2026, EBLC2026.com or the Instagram EBLC2026. Some very hard information to remember there. Luke, quick thoughts as we get underway on what you're expecting to see from both teams out of the break.
Going to expect to see some offensive adjustments for England. They're going to have to try to target the outside shot. 2 to 3 shots have come from the outside, beyond, away from the middle of the field. They were targeting it way too much. Israel was all over it, so they're going to have to change that. And then for Israel, I'm not going to really expect too much change except for just trying to clean some of the penalties up.
Yeah, that shot was taken but put away. First attempt of the second half. Israel has been all over it. Lewis gonna get that in support from Kabani. Kabani, shot taken by Beeman. Goes way off target. Surprisingly quiet day by her. She's usually pretty phenomenal on the offensive front. Now great forecheck pressure, gonna set, I thought maybe set a pick, but had gotten the strip, now takes the fadeaway, shoots that one wide as well. Looks like an in and out of the crease happening. Now they have a woman advantage if they can get it, but a quick substitution by Israel to close that small window of opportunity.
That's the communication and fitness that we've talked about with Israel here. Just getting on the field really quickly can make a huge difference.
And another thing here that we've been talking about is the ability to soak and deflect shots and passes. Delaney Benson wore that one as a new earring that time. We've got a delayed penalty against Israel. Or excuse me, that is going to be against England, against Lauren Lewis. As I mentioned, if you don't follow her Instagram, Laws Plays Lax, she's got some of the best lacrosse content on the planet, so I expect to see a Get Ready With Me as I take a trip to the sin bin video coming out here soon. But Israel on the power play. First one of the second half, their second of the day. Rowland, who's looked incredible today, takes that shot. That one's put away. On the short-handed look, Lamplugh had run the floor. I was trying to get a good look into the cage of England. I wanted to be as accurate as possible, so excuse me on that missed transition look. They do have Kayla Martin in for England at net, and will face the Israeli power play for another minute and 17 seconds. Fisher, who has looked excellent this game as well. Shot taken, tries to go low side. Rebound picked up, and what else other than a rebound goal? This time, Rachel Rosen, the assistant captain, gets her first of the day off of what has been the play, the formula in this one.
Are you sure they're playing box lacrosse? I think they're playing basketball. With how many rebound dunks we've had here from Israel, as they've just done a great job of being aware and just doing the little things right. And I think that's really just been the overall difference in this one. Like, yeah, obviously Israel's a great team, but so is England. England has just come out there, though, and has made a ton of mistakes, and Israel has come in with the mentality of, hey, every single mistake they make, we're going to take advantage of it. That's the reason why England was able to come back yesterday against Germany, was because Germany did not take advantage of those mistakes. And Israel absolutely has, and they're trying to bury them.
Absolutely. So a little bit of basketball being played in the rebounds, the alley-oops off the wall, posterization happening proverbially here in this one. 10-3 lead. I say that as the scoreboard shows the change. Kayla Martin was not getting any favors off that initial shot and not getting any favors from the defense in the loose ball. Hilkoff gonna get tangled up. Gonna send a pick for Ematulu. Fisher all alone, flips it to Hilkoff. Hilkoff gonna roll from the pressure to the inside. Shot taken, good hand save by Kayla Martin, but doesn't know where the ball is now. Gets her eyes on it as it gets a reset shot clock. Good pickup there by Isabella Duffy and the Israeli offense. Again, as soon as that shot is being taken, it's, I don't know, it's like the English defense just turns a blind eye to it, like, you got it, no, you got it. Shot taken, put away by Martin.
Feels like they're just kind of assuming that somebody else is going to get on top of it, and that was a lot of what was happening the last two games. So I think they need to just make that adjustment mentally, like, hey, it can't just be one of my teammates. I have to go make this play defensively, and they just have not done that so far.
You don't need to finish this sentence, but they all know what they say about when you assume, Luke. Martin takes that shot. Good sidearm put away by Pinch. Rebound picked up, body to the floor. Now the rebound, Smith. Gonna have a transition window, but there's two English defenders, and they're gonna get a penalty there as well. So rolling and getting that ball stripped. Gonna be cross-check in the back, I believe. And so Israel's 1 for 2 in the power thus far. Now their third opportunity towards Anderson.
Again, I think it's frustration here from England. They're just, you can tell they're in their own head. They don't, you know, this game just hit them in the face, frankly. Obviously, Israel jumped out to that 4-0 lead, and they brought it back within a couple, and since then it's just been all Israel, and I think they just haven't really gotten away from that we're close within 2 goals kind of mentality.
Absolutely. So first quarter quite strong for Israel, looking strong again in the third. What a great motion offense there on the power play, trying to net another one and go 2 for 3. Now the penalty kill unit for England. Gonna get stripped, and ooh, kind of getting tripped up, and the trail check came a bit high. I don't think in any capacity was that intentional, but it's not always about intention so much as where it lands. So we are going to play 4 aside. So effectively that power play for Israel is negated. They are 1 for 3 as we'll play 4-on-4 lacrosse for 1:32 on the original English penalty. And then there will be a small window of opportunity for England on the power play. But 4-on-4, looking to be a struggle here. Frischmann on the loose ball. It finally gets picked up. However, Ford not able to handle it.
Israel scored their first goal of the game on a 4-on-4.
1-on-0 attempt there. Rowland, great cut, found herself alone, and now we are going to enter a hydration break. Garrett Gosselin joined with Luke Lee here at the European Box Lacrosse Championships. Be right back after the break.
That's it.
Coming back out of the hydration break, Garrett Gosselin joined with Luke Lee. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the first ever Women's European Box Lacrosse Championships. We are very, very grateful to be here and calling this one. And what's been a great game thus far, Israel off to a commanding lead, 10-3. Just over 5 elapsed in the third quarter. Shot taken, sidearm there, taken by Bryn Martin. That loose ball is going to bounce off the back wall. Now Brooke Frischmann, she's going to have a chance all alone. Shot fake, scores through the 5-hole. Frischmann with the celly. What a shot and what a goal for Brooke Frischmann to bring the lead up to 8.
And again, the breakaway goal for Israel. And Brooke Frischmann, couple moves there, and you can see on the replay, she fakes going high, then goes low, in between the legs towards the 5-hole, like you said. I mean, that's an absolutely beauty of a play. As you can see, Kayla Martin just shifting up a little bit there and just creating enough of an opening in between the legs. And Brooke Frischmann, great job to keep the eye level down.
Draw one by Israel. Raquel Levy-Smith, and then illegal pick going against Israel as well. So somebody from England's got to pick it up. A slash to the boards of frustration coming from Laura Wright of Team England, and I can't say I'm too surprised, as things have not gone their way at all. Inside, good fake shot taken by Rackle, and getting mixed up there with Rachel Rosenberg, and she sends a couple slashes, and that is going to send her to the box. And you can just tell by her body language, the way that she's walking off, she is unhappy with it. She felt like she had gotten some herself from Rackle, but it is never about the first one. It's always about the second one.
I was gonna say,
prototypically.
Yeah, you'll never get caught, or you'll never get caught as the first person. But if you respond, you're always going to get the dirty look from the ref.
Absolutely, and you'll see the captain, Sarah Udding, going out there arguing her team's case. Maybe getting some clarification there. So the power play unit, shot taken that time. Speaking of, we got Rackle. Ellie Rackle, she's got 6 in the tournament. They finally convert on a power play. They were 0 for 4 thus far, now 1 for 5.
And finally something for the England offense is they're just able to utilize having the space there and just sitting right in front of the net was Ellie Rackle. You can see that Brooke Frischman just shifting over a little bit too far away, just giving a little bit too much, and Rackle just able to rip it just in time. If that was a little bit further off, that probably isn't a goal because Frischman didn't give her a ton of room, but just with how close she is to the net, that's a really tough one.
Absolutely, and so that was actually an extremely well-timed goal because there was the woman advantage, and so what that means is the original penalty comes out of the box. There was only a few seconds left in that one, and now England will have 1:33 in their next power play opportunity. So this will be their 6th chance at the woman advantage. Little shake, little run to the middle, gets hit. Now getting picked up this time by Frischman, or Fisher takes that shot. It's going to be a shot clock violation. England now maybe going to get some composure, kind of get the monkey off their back with that first power play goal. Now Anderson going to just flip that over. She's had a quiet day thus far, only 1 goal, and that came in the first quarter. So it'd be interesting to see her get hot. Catton with the big illegal pick. Unfortunate timing for her as Beeman scores that goal. Catton, an excellent physical player that time, goes too far over the line, looking for more, and creates a terrible pass from Israel that ends up in a turnover. Now needing to run away from the pressure. Rossiter not getting any support, I believe. Get a push called. And this will stay. Rossiter having a bit more luck than the rest of her team in that moment. Catton had the space, and I don't know that that pinch was really that ready. The fake comes out of the stick of Anderson, and again, just the mental mistakes that you're seeing from Team England are creating a mountain right now.
It's been a tough one, and going back to what I said earlier, it's just been the difference between Israel and Germany is that Germany was not able to put away England after those early mistakes, and Israel absolutely, or at this point, has.
7 seconds left in the power play opportunity. Anderson not able to keep the pass in her stick. Bryn Martin going to take some serious pressure from Udding and from Frischman. Ball is lost. Now they've got Rosenberg out of the box. Can they find her down range? Does not matter as Emetulu comes out, a stout defender herself, having trouble handling the loose ball. Again, a story of the day for England and the loose balls and the inability to keep that in their stick. Now Rowland, cool, calm, composed, 2 goals on the day. Fisher works around, shot taken from way downtown, trying to get the reset, or at least just have the opportunity to get their women off the floor. Lauren Lewis comes over the midline, trots out the rest of the English attack. Gonna roll away from the pressure, finding Rackle to the inside. I thought quite a quiet day from her until that goal. Now sending a couple extra pushes on Udding without the stick. I don't know that that's really going to be very effective. Delaney Benson, the pass goes taller than she is, and she's got to turn around and make her way back to the defensive side of the floor. Now Rackle going to get underneath. Rackle far side, saved. Lucky break for the Israelis. Big cross check delivered by who else than Catton. Catton, so good in the forecheck. Now with 2 seconds to get it over, going to need to advance it. They do just in time. Now on the backside is Rosen. Rosen looking for somebody on the other side as she found herself on the wrong side of the floor. My goodness, Luke. Whew. Some excitement from these ladies. And that had a weird bounce kind of off the, I thought off the supporting beam because it hit that downward angle, which in my opinion should have been a quick turnover. Maybe that part is not something that actually creates a turnover, just the netting. So I will refrain from commentary on the actual call. Beeman. Go ahead, Luke.
I was going to say, you learn something new every single day, right?
Absolutely. Anderson gets stripped. My goodness, what a play by Raquel Levy-Smith. Off to the races, got Anderson in hot pursuit on her. Shot taken, gets hit from behind, going through a whole heck of a lot of pressure, but again, nobody there for the rebound, and that time Cowlitz takes that shot, and wow, we are under 5 to go. The tenacity and the grit from the Israelis on full display. Garrett Gossamer with Luke Lee. Be right back after the break. Coming out of the TV break, Garrett Gossamer joined by Luke Lee. Israel leading 11-4 over England. 4:41 remaining in the third quarter. It's looked a little bit better on the mental mistake side of England, but that so far has been the story of the game. Israel has not looked as quite so dominant in this third quarter, but looking great thus far. Torres takes that shot, goes wide of the net. Loose ball picked up through 3 sticks, and it's going to find its way into the back of the stick of Julia Rowland, looking for her hat trick. She's going to roll from some pressure. Torres Anderson throwing some body, throwing some cross checks. Not able to get that out of Rowland's stick. Hilkoff back down to Rowland, who switches hands on the wrong side of the floor, going to wrap around behind the net. Got Anderson draped all over. Loose ball picked up by Rackle. Rackle's going to run off the floor, but it's going to stay Israel ball. Hilkoff gets it across to the righty strong side. Couple fakes, nothing to do with them. To the inside, shot taken. Just a tough angle to work with. We're going to get a holding penalty called against Fran Partial of England. And now we will have the 4th power play of the game for Israel.
Just considering the fact that Israel's already scored on a short-handed goal. I mean, you don't want to, if you're England, you don't want to give them any more of an advantage than you already have.
1 on power, 1 short-handed, and 9 more at even strength. Shot taken, loose ball on the doorstep. Like, you can just see the blue uniform bodies are just, they're in the right place where it's bouncing. Luckily for England and the penalty kill unit, that ball not finding the back of the stick of an Israeli attacker. And not only that, but they stepped into the crease. So Lauren Lewis and the penalty kill unit, she's going to play a little bit of pass here with Rudder. Now stepping on the floor is Cabani. 4 on 5 lacrosse. Good pick taken. That time the shot gets soaked by Shabatov. They're going to get that to the assistant captain, Rosenberg. Plays that off the body and back into her stick. Now Rowland going to slowly trot out there, pointing, directing traffic. Giving the signal is Hilkoff. She wants that shot. Shot taken, goes into the leg of Laura Wright, the jumper from way downtown. Shot clock violation, not gonna go no matter what. Lucas on the clear and on the penalty kill unit. They're gonna get back to Lewis. She's got Bryn Martin coming out with her. Bryn, the lone righty. Her and Lewis playing a little pass. They give it to Anderson. would be something that really fires them up if potentially a shorthanded goal could happen, but not if you shoot it like that off the back wall and too far wide. Ball's picked up, carried over the midline by Levy Smith. And now a leisurely trot there, Shira Parower. She's had 6 goals in the tournament. Penalty kill successful. Partial comes out in hot pursuit. Big check there by Lamplugh, and that dislodges the ball now in the back behind the net. Good pick there, delivered by Duffy. But 1 for 4 in the in the power play for Israel. They're 1 for 3 this quarter. Had 3 power play opportunities. Heat's starting to get to me a little bit. I'll be glad for this quarter break here in just a second, so excuse the tongue twisters. I will return back and better than ever, as will Luke Lee, my co-host on this one. Loose ball scrum out in the corner. Picked up by Israel, but gets bodied into the corner, and 10-second advancement violation. Lewis gonna pick this one up. Might look to go behind the cage. He's asking for the start and play. Finally gets it. Anderson hitches, takes that shot. So a couple of those downrange shots have happened this quarter. They haven't found the success that they need. Catton picks up the loose ball, rolls, tries to find Anderson. Anderson off the loose ball, can't pick it up. Now pick up is Lewis. Shovel shot into the body of Israel's defense. Catton all alone, doorstep shot taken. Gets saved by Pinch. And now 2 bodies to 1 for England. Just so slow to give pressure and give help. Kabani takes that shot. That goes off the body once again of an Israeli defender, and Amelia Ford, very lucky she didn't actually find target purchase. But that time, Kabani did, hitting the stick of Pinch, and so there is a delayed penalty. Might not matter as Rosen, all alone, doorstep, puts it past Kayla Martin for the 12th goal of the game.
I mean, if that doesn't just spell out how this game has gone throughout, I don't know what does. Again, a lost ball by England. The replay doesn't do it justice, but Samantha Rosen just picking that up, or Rachel Rosen, excuse me, the assistant captain, picking up right at the right time. I said right twice, 3 times there, but she picks that up at the perfect spot, and then just like I said, once again, the IQ and the awareness to pick that up and then take it again. It's just been pouring on here, and that's just an exclamation point.
Absolutely. So that'll do it here for the 3rd quarter. 12-4, Israel leading England. We will be back right after the quarter break. Garrett Gosshorn on the call with Luke Lee in support. EBLC2026.com, Instagram EBLC2026. Thank you so much for joining us, and stay tuned for more. Coming back out of the quarter break, Garrett Gosshorn in support with Luke Lee here at the European Box Cross Championships 2026. We've got Israel with a 8-goal lead over the English. Luke, final frame, final thoughts. What do you got for us?
I think what's really impressed me the most about this game, specifically with Israel, is the fact that I mentioned two players going into this game being Hannah Hilkoff and Shira Perauer, and between those two, they have just one goal. The Hannah Hilkoff goal, so for the two offensive players that I thought were going to stand out, I thought we'd look for only one goal between the two of them. They still have 12 goals, which I think just goes to show you how great they played as a unit.
Great take there off the draw. That time, Ellie Rackle, again, was so quiet in the first half, has shown a bit more of her experience and her skill in the third quarter, trying to continue to make this game potentially happen in favor of England. They've got a mountain to climb and a stout Israeli team in front of them. If they have any hopes and dreams of making it happen, a little stutter step, but had Laura Wright draped all over her. Abigail Smith still carrying, goes behind the goal, passes that up, gets to the inside, shot taken, hands were free, but doesn't matter whether Mackenzie Cowitz got that shot off or not, as the shot clock violation occurred. Davina Amatulu, the assistant captain, one of the best defenders in the nation, and certainly for England. Catton tries to pass, hits one, hits two, sticks, finds its way into the back of the stick of Rudder. Rudder gonna have to run away from all the pressure, gonna get a couple picks, ends up trying to just do it all herself, gets her own rebound. She's got 20 to shoot, or no, they're doing a hand count, excuse me. Early reset, this time Pinch has got it. And the clear to the captain, Udding, who's gonna need to run away from the pressure of Sedeso. Now going over the midline, back over, great cross check there by Partial, and now slow to get up was Frischman, but doorstep, opportunity, transition, put away by Pinch, who's had more than just a pinch of good luck and skill in this one, has played unbelievable between the pipes.
Here's one. If you need her, you need her in a pinch.
They've needed her quite a bit, and she's got plenty in the tank. Hilkoff shoots that into the floor, into the net, turning the ball over to the captain, Rosie Jones. She's gonna throw that pass. It's gonna find its way into the corner, maybe Rackle. Oh, geez. Big hit, no call. Now slow to get up. Rackle's actually going into the box, but the call doesn't actually happen, just a push being called. A lot of energy coming from the Israeli bench, and still slow to get up is Raquel Levy-Smith.
You could tell that wasn't intentional or anything like that. It's just unfortunate.
It is, and now we've got some medical attention coming out. Unsportsmanlike conduct coming from a fan of Israel, so they are actually going to go after the big hit. They are now going to go woman down.
That is just not what you want to see late in the game.
No, it is not, and the Israeli bench and supporters have to be very calm in this moment as to not get another one. Some big claps all around for Raquel Levy-Smith. Delaney Benson was looking to maybe start the play up and learning on the penalty. Eyes go to the sky, a bit of a head shake, so England may have gotten away with one there. They get a blessing, perhaps, depending on how well they can do this power play. But Luke, they're 1 for 6, so.
Definitely struggled in the power play, and I think part of that's just because they have just refused to attack the outside corners for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, they were looking to feed the inside quite a bit. Shot taken from the outside. They were trying to feed the inside, but just ended up in a ton of turnovers, and So I think they kind of opted, like you were saying, like maybe to look for some of those outside rips, but then they become reliant on them. Now the Israeli defense is like, all right, whatever. We don't care about your inside feeds, and we certainly don't care about your outside shots. So you got to mix it up. You got to stay consistent here. Ball goes behind the net, was trying to find Lewis. Goes off the wall, off her stick, and into the very capable hands here of Brooke Frischman as she handles the long-range loose ball. And she's going to have some penalty kill assignment for herself.
Quite good on the penalty kill. Obviously had the shorthanded goal from earlier.
Now some shaking, some dancing by Cowitz. Shot clock violation. Matulu's gonna pick this one up. 1:03 remaining in the power play for them.
Again, if you're going to have a shot clock violation, I mean, that's the one you want to have.
No kidding. Laura Beeman at the top. Again, held scoreless in this one, usually quite strong on the offensive. On the doorstep, got pinched dancing, but the door closed from the intended placement for Ford. I feel like she wanted to go to that near side, but the door closed on that one. Great defensive play there by Pinch and didn't even have to make a save. Now, you need to get some penalty kill time off the board. Israel. Perwer. Guarded by Jones. Doorstep, Fisher on the run. Big body check there. Now Jones gets mixed up. And just the body language of England is just defeating.
Oh yeah, you can tell they're just trying to get this one over with, and it's tough because, you know, you're in the hot sun, the humidity has been there, there's not much of a breeze down in the field. So I mean, you can understand it to a point, but it's also, like you said, you want to show a little bit more fight than kind of what we've seen from them in the second half.
Absolutely. I mean, you still have the nation's name across the chest of your uniform. Good defensive pressure here. Shot taken. This time picked up again by Rosie Jones. Doorstep interception. Fakes. Scores to the near side and a little swipe there. Rachel Rosen comes out of the box as the in-home and gets her hat trick in this one.
And wow, I mean, that is just, I mean, talk about wanting to get out of here. Trying to force it, the skip pass over the head, going to Iandra Lampla was the intended target on the skip pass, and Rachel Rosen just putting her stick up right in the passing. That's exactly what they teach you from the time you're a little kid. Put your stick up in the passing lanes, and you never know what happens. Good things can happen, and they certainly do for Rosen there. And again, it's just coming down to these little things, right? These little mental mistakes for England, and Israel is taking advantage of every single one of those.
And they're still not relenting. Great dislodging of the ball, but now Lewis having some struggles with the loose ball. Gonna go send a pick, but a huge pick to the boards, or a hit to the boards, delivered by Frischman and by Rosenberg. It's gonna be a struggle, a grind of an offensive possession for England, and Lewis gonna just flick that one up into the corner, trying to stop a quick turnaround, but that ends up taking a bad bounce. Hilkoff gonna get defended by Wright, and we've got a hydration break. 9:55 remaining. Garrett Gosshorn on the call with Luke Lee on the color. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back after the break. Coming out of the hydration break, Garrett Gosthorn here with Luke Lee on the call here at the very first ever Women's European Box Lacrosse Championships, hosted in the little slice of heaven as an ode to my good pal Steven Stamp, the little slice of heaven that we call Radotín in the Czech Republic, the heartbeat and soul of European box lacrosse. Israel leading 13-4 coming out of the break, trying to make it 14-4. Rowland, who has looked exceptional this game, comes around the doorstep fake, but cannot put it past Martin. And now slow to get up is Laura Wright. A slash being called now against Julia Rowland. So the 8th penalty of the game, or 8th power play opportunity of the game.
We had that many power play opportunities for England, yet they just have not been able to put the ball in the back of the net.
Let's see if we can find that. Oh, kind of a little unintentional, but swinging her stick pretty wildly, catches the ankle of Laura Wright.
Can't feel good.
I think a pretty good call there, despite, again, intention doesn't always matter. Nice batted ball there. Abigail Smith, but it doesn't matter. Anderson, nice sidearm around the defense, but a great kick save by Pinch. Pinch is just phenomenal today. Absolutely phenomenal to put away these English attackers. That time soaked, worn by Shabatov, but you know, no discredit to the defense of the Israelis. They've soaked and batted down so many shots and gotten it out of the middle. They have done all the favors in the world for Pinch, and the opposite story in white and red is that Martin and Mayers have just been left out to dry more than you can count.
So many just little mental mistakes here for England, and it's gone to. I feel like we're saying the same thing over and over again, but that's just really what the story of the game is.
I just had that thought, and I'm sure if you're an English supporter, they are quite sick of us saying it. But again, you've got to make those adjustments in game, regardless of the opponent, the placement you're in, if it's group stages, if it's not, it doesn't matter. You've got to be better as they look towards future games, future tournaments, I'm sure they're going to have their moments of domination in and of themselves. So if you want to continue that, you've got to have those in-game adjustments and play as foundationally solid as Team Israel has here today. Short time in the shot clock. Just going to bury that one into the corner, but it's going to bounce off the wall. Smith's going to pick this one up. This is Samantha Smith. There's a couple Smiths out here today. And 17 seconds left remains in the penalty kill. Fisher bobbles that one. Now going to get a quick pickup as Rossiter going to get driven into the boards by Fisher, but they didn't start the play, so it's going to come back up as I believe Fisher was too close to Rossiter for them to start the whistle. Lewis going to pick this one up. Slings it across. Bryn Martin whips it over to Ford. Ford up to Lewis. Back to Martin. Martin steps in. Shot. Goes well wide. Rowland comes out of the box. Now going to send a pick. That will open up the opportunity. This time Abigail Smith takes a shot after soaking the hit. It's going to be a penalty coming against England, and the 5th power play of the game for Team Israel. They are 1 for 4. England 1 for 8.
And what if I told you that the one time I did convert, they were down 2 players? Insane. Hey, what are you even going to do?
Not quite sure, but the power play unit trots out for Israel. Ball had started with Shira Parawer, who again held scoreless in this one, came in with 6. I feel like we just haven't said her name much. Kind of same with Ellie Rackle, just the two, I felt like the top dogs on each side of the floor. They whip this one up to Rowland, takes that shot on the wrong side. Does not matter when you shoot that well. Buries that one past Martin. Julia Rowland with a hat trick.
I'm going to pull out another niche one here. Have you ever heard that one where it goes, how many times I got to tell you the same thing, old man? No, but seriously, how many times are you going to leave Julia Rowland open on the step down. Again, it just so many times now Israeli shooters have had open shots where they've been given so much room, and that is just it's just been a tough day for England.
Tough day at the office. Still a blessed one here, as we are all very happy and grateful to be here. It is great weather, even though it is hot. It's beautiful out here. We're going to catch some rain, maybe some lightning. Hopefully that doesn't ruin any tournament scheduling. I often say I don't envy the job of the referees, and I certainly don't of the organizers when accounting for weather delays, as we are sitting here in a lightning rod ourselves. So if I see something like that, Luke, you and I, we are jumping out with our parachutes.
I agree.
Anderson, face dodge, gets to the inside, gets slashed on the helmet, takes the shot, can't put it past Pinch. The 9th power play opportunity for England. Anderson gets the fist bump from Lewis as she took that heat and that check. He'll cough to the box for 2 or less.
See it. Just a little bit of a pretty minor, but call it every time.
Good start of the pressure there. One-timer taken by Anderson. Lewis picks it up with one hand, shovel pass out to the outside. Shot deflected off the body of Israel's stout defense, and now Anderson gonna try to make a play on it out near the boards. I believe there should have been, I don't think there was actually a pickup on it, so no reset shot clock, so England has 10 to shoot. Lewis using one hand, and a coach's nightmare as the loose ball should have been picked up with 2. Either a push or an illegal pick being called, so Israel on the penalty kill here. Smith to Fisher. In a quiet moment of the game, as again, England not sending any pressure. Maybe starting to as the shot clock starts to wind down. Smith gonna just dump that into the corner. Fisher thinks about it, picks it up, kind of flips it once again. So that comes out really well for the Israeli penalty kill, and we are at the media timeout. So Garrett Gosselin and Luke Lee will return as your hosts in just a moment.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
Yeah, coming out of the TV timeout, Garrett Gosselin joined with Luke Lee for the final 4:59 in the matchup between Israel and England. Coming across the midline is Laura Beeman. Gets it over to Anderson. Big pick in the middle there by Catton, of course. Anderson gets the shot off and buries that one. Finally, we've had a bit of a drought here, and on the power play, 2 for 9. This time going the way of Tors Anderson, who's not scored since the first quarter. She's got 2 in this one.
And just leaving a lot of space there for Tors Anderson. I mean, just too much space. Hannah Hilkoff, she was over there on defense. She was, again, just a little bit of space given up for Anderson, and then she just made a nice little move over around Hilkoff, and was able to bury that shot in there. Nice score for Tors Anderson. Obviously, might be a little bit too late, but still a very, very solid rep from her.
Some testiness at the midline after the draw. Gersh and Samantha Smith jawing it up with Partial. Rossiter losing this ball, 3 bodies around her. Now Gersh, transition, looking for somebody off the bench, gonna roll away from some pressure, throw the shoulder down, got a chance to shoot, fires that, goes wide off the hit. Now the captain, Rosie Jones, picks this one up and whips it up to Laura Wright. So maybe a little bit of life here for the English. Whipping it across to Bryn Martin, takes that shot. Lucky save there by Pinch. Lewis gets the loose ball. So some dirty work going by way of the white and red. Backside finish, no shot. And a loose ball. Lewis gonna need to make a good play on it. Good cross check on the lower hand. Nice little assisting pass on the floor. Reminiscent of a hockey play. Cabani behind the goal. Lewis asking for it again. Maybe wants to capitalize on the defensive efforts that she just gave. Shot taken by Martin. Picked up on the doorstep. Wow, this looks like a different English team. Where was this the rest of the game? And that shot. Loose ball, backside dunk attempt. Can't get it to go was Rackle. And honestly, too little too late on the effort, but they look great right now other than in transition. Wow, actually great play there by Lamplugh to close the door on the opportunity, but Fisher put away by Martin. Where was this? England now doing all the dirty work that we've been asking for them for the last 56 minutes. And some change. Lucas gonna go behind the net. Wrap all the way over Beeman. Whips it to Lewis. Lewis with the streaking shooter, shot taken that time. Rudder not able to put that on net, and it will go into the netting. 2:35 remaining, Frischman. Had given it to a dancing Cowitz. Illegal pick going against Israel. Laura Wright, slow to get up, has taken a number of big shots in this one. Catton feeds the inside with Anderson. Anderson tucks it, tries to get to the middle, gets swallowed whole by the Israeli defense and spit back out near the top. Shaken to the inside. So goes through the stick checks, but shoots that straight into the ground. Cabani then hits that into the net. Now Benson said she wants a goal in this one, won't find it on this possession. Parawer shockingly scoreless, but 9-goal advantage. Nobody's complaining. Certainly not her. Hillcoff. I thought she might have taken a downrange shot. Good defense there, played by Partial. Once again, kind of batting down that pass. Not a clean interception, but a possession change. Had the streaker, not able to find it with Beeman. Now Ford, 1:23 remains. Lewis, I thought was gonna step up and shoot, found the backside, goes for Ford. Behind the net, kind of a weird angle, can't catch the pass. Ball's gonna get tipped out by Israeli defense. It's gonna remain white ball. Couple of face dodge shakes there, tries to go behind the net with Lewis. And an errant pass, and gonna get a timeout. Team Israel just under a minute remaining and a 9-goal advantage. Luke, final thoughts on the game. We'll probably close out right as time expires, but you know, what were you most impressed of with Team Israel?
Well,
we got to say it differently this time, right?
Yeah. It's mostly just been their ability to get everybody involved, I think, not even just from an offensive perspective. I think this is a definition of a total team win. Ava Pinch, as far in the net, she was absolutely amazing today. The defense was all over. She was getting a ton of support. There weren't a lot of chances for England to get right in front of the net. They were all over the passing lanes, and then you've had multiple scorers here. The top offensive scorers we thought were going to produce today weren't even really the main factors. So everyone on this team, for the most part, has come together and has had that goal, and they put together an incredible win for them. So just super impressed overall by Team Israel, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Hillcoff And just looks to run out as much time as she can. 12 to shoot. Gonna take that shot. That's gonna go off the foot of Martin. Loose ball, finally picked up by Martin as well. Amatulu, a clear distraction. That's over, back over by Laura Wright. She had her right foot in the offensive zone. Steps with that pass, catch with her left foot over the line. It'll be a turnover, 26 in the game. Shot clock and game are the same, so stick around after this game technically ends. I will go down, grab a couple women for their post-game interview. Trying to think of who we want to steal from Israel. They've, again, such a team game and a team win. I don't know that there's such a great standout other than potentially just Pinch. But they all really quite stood out to me.
They've all had their moments. They've all been great.
And that will do it. Israel going to take the 14-5 win over Team England here at the European Box Lacrosse Championships 2026 in Radotín, the LCC Radotín Arena in the Czech Republic. Garrett Gosshorn and
Luke Lee,
thank you so much for joining us. The first ever Women's European Box Lacrosse Championship. Stay tuned, all things EBLC, EBLC2026.com, or on the Instagram, EBLC2026, or you can go to Search Points Bench for all your stats, updates, standings, etc., or just follow along on the YouTube. If you're not able to be here locally, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you later. Testing, testing, testing. How we doing on sound? Ah, okay. My clipboard is melting. Hello and welcome, lacrosse people all around the world. Garrett Gossorin joined with Ava Pinch, the goaltender for Israel. Ava, y'all came in and played an absolutely complete game, a really, really dominant performance, 14-5 over England. Give me your initial thoughts, and was that exactly as it went to plan?
Yeah, that was exactly how we wanted it. I had a strong group of girls in front of me. We kept the ball out of our end. That was really our plan.
Absolutely. You came in with a 91% save rate. I don't know if you know that, but I imagine it would be pretty close in this game today. I don't have the stats, but I got to give a big shout out as well to the women up front for you. So many passes deflected, shots soaked, and how about that offense as well? What stood out to you? Was there anybody that stood out to you in particular?
I mean, we all work as a team, so you can't really pick one person out.
I'll tell you, that was the hardest thing for me coming down for this interview. It's like, who do I choose? You got so many options. So seriously, what's like the next steps for you? Do you have your sights on gold here, or are we still waiting for group stages to end?
Oh, we always have our eyes on gold. We got to keep moving, but we always have our eye on gold.
Absolutely, and I think if you've got your eyes on gold now, the play is starting to reflect that as well, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Congratulations on the dominant win today, and we know you'll keep balling out, so we're looking forward to seeing the rest of the way and how you play. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you. Championships with Laura Wright. Laura, I thought you played incredible individual defense. I know it didn't show on the scoreboard, but kind of how did you think coming into the game how they would play versus how the results showed?
It's a tough one, obviously, and we need to do a lot more reflection than 5 seconds after the game, but it's just a team effort, and we're going to look back and go hard on them next time we meet them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was looking forward to this matchup today. There was a lot of good promises within that, maybe something to be said about the heat, and as the rest of the week progresses, it will cool down, so hopefully y'all can get a little bit of respite, but what do you think the main takeaway for you, just knee-jerk reaction, is that you're going to take into next game?
I think the main takeaway is we just need to keep moving forward, keep our heads up. We're not going to stop fighting. We're aiming for that gold no matter what they say. And yeah, that fight's not going to stop. So we're going to pick ourselves up and we're going to be going again tomorrow hard.
Absolutely, and this is the first European Women's Box Lacrosse Championships. How special is it for you and your team? I know I'm very grateful to be here on the call and in the media post-game myself, so for you, what does it mean to throw on England on the front of the jersey and represent?
Oh, it's always such an honour. There's a handful of people that can say that they've won this, and we're the first group at a European Championships, and it's just a special group, and I would put everything out there for every single one of them, and it's the same for every one of us in that group. It's a team vibe, and yeah, we'll fight for each other.
Looking to see in the fight the rest of this tournament. Laura, good job today, and I hope you get some good recovery, maybe some AC as we evade the rest of this heat. Good luck the rest of the tournament.
Thanks.
Thank you.